What up, gang? Wayne Carolina Jackpot Time coming at you. Halftime of the noon games. And, I mean, there's some decent football being played right now. Duke and Kansas. Duke keeping it close. Keeping it close. They had a hell of a nice catch there toward the end of the first half. Thought that guy was going to break loose for a touchdown. He didn't. It's 21-13 right now. In the second half, can they keep it up? I don't know. We shall see. Mizzou tied at 14 with Auburn at halftime. I mean, this thing was 14-0 Auburn a while ago. I mean, Mizzou, showing some resiliency there, coming back, knotting the thing up at 14. Auburn's not very good, but, Mizzou's not very good either, so they're slugging it out there. We'll see what happens in the second half there. Baylor right now, this is the third quarter. They're up on Iowa State by 3. Told you that was going to happen. Bowling Green, Mississippi State, no surprise here. Mississippi State is blowing them out, worse than what I thought it would be. Actually, TCU, all over SMU. Who cares really? I really don't care about these. What? Pitt, 24-14 with Rhode Island, really? Penn State, 21-14 with Central Michigan, and Michigan themselves is struggling with Maryland. They're struggling 17-13 right out the gate. Good gracious. And, they had to rely on the fumble. They fumbled opening kickoff, didn't they? Maryland fumbled opening kickoff, or a punt or something. So that's where they're at. Georgia is up 26-13 right now on Kent State. My God. I don't know if this makes our loss last week looking more embarrassing or not. Georgia obviously is disinterested in this game. Coming out flat. But they'll handle business here in the second half. I remember a couple years ago, it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I remember the Citadel was tied at halftime with Alabama. If y'all remember that, it was tied like 10-10. Alabama won like 63-10. That was the final score. Louisville just beating the absolute tar out of South Florida. Told you that was going to happen. And Clemson, the Taters. Let's talk about the Taters a little bit. They're up 20-14 right now on Wake Forest. I expected them to be ahead right now in this game. Wake Forest, offensively, they don't look real good. The slow mesh offense is not working, but I tell you what, they are hitting some downfield passes. And they're able to set it up, and they've gotten in the end zone twice here. Clemson should be ahead in this game by at least 3 touchdowns, in my opinion. A ton of pass interference penalties. Well, they got 3 in a row there in the first half, and these are like young cornerbacks making mistakes, and they're getting flagged for it. Dabo is doing his usual cry on the sideline routine like he always does. He cried on the when a Wake player caught the ball earlier, and it wasn't a first down, so he had to cry for instant replay, and of course they overturned it, and Clemson ended up getting the ball back. And they're talking about how good DJ looks, and he did look good in the first quarter and into the second quarter. Not so much right now, not as much. Wake Forest is finally starting to get some pressure on him, and he's looking like the ukulele of old. But Clemson's offensive line in the first quarter really looked good. They were really impressive to me. I'm like, my God. Everybody wants to bitch and moan about Spencer Rattler, but what could he do? What would he be capable of doing with that kind of protection? I don't know. We're not going to know because he ain't never going to get it.